Have you ever panicked thinking your car was way more broken than it actually was? Well, that happened to me a few weeks ago, and we're actually going to do a pretty easy fix on my 2020 Tesla Model S with a $75 part instead of replacing the entire battery like I thought was going to have happen. Let's get to it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Detached Garage. I was in a panic a few weeks ago, and it turns out it was for nothing, and it was only a $75 part that we're going to have to replace today on my 2020 Tesla Model S. I saw coolant on the ground and started to panic thinking my battery was going to have to be replaced. But after a little bit of research, I learned that there's a four-way valve and a three-way valve that routes coolant through the battery to either cool the battery down or heat it up in the cold. And so today, we are going to replace the four-way valve because that is what is leaking. I'm gonna show you how to take the frunk apart, get everything out, locate the valve, fix the valve, put the new one in, and run your coolant system purge so you get any air out that was trapped in the system. So let's put the camera on the tripod and let's get this frunk ripped apart. And all you're gonna need is about $75 for this part right here and some general simple tools. Hose clamps are gonna be a must. I'll put links to all the tools in the description below. Let me know if you have any questions along the way, but let's get this thing started. All right, guys, so this is not a radiator. This is actually the giant cabin air filter that's like $300. So it sucks air in, sends it down this tube, and then goes into the secondary cabin air filter over there. So we've taken the carpet out as well as the entire frunk well. Now, this is a 2020, so some of the earlier models did not have nearly as many screws, but you've got all these screws all the way at top here, and then these two here, and these two here. You also have two push connectors that you need to take out as well, and there is also the wiring harness for the safety release for the frunk, and the light for the frunk as well. We had to unplug those. The light is still in there, and there is the safety release for that. So we are getting there. Don't remember the grommet also goes into that hole right down there. So next step is going to be to take the filter off, take a few of these things out. We got to get all these clips up top, just simple push clip connectors. We've got some of those just in case we break them. And then the actual pump is right down there, kind of right behind here. And you can already kind of see down here the remnants of from where it was leaking, but we'll get you a better shot of that. So let's get all of this out and get to look at that pump. All right, guys, so we've got the filter system out for the HVAC, and you can see here is our pump. And you can see right on top here of you can see some coolant down there, and you can see a very, very wet area down there. You can kind of see it right there. So we know this is the culprit. The bottom of it's wet. It is leaking. This is a Rev E. I believe we're going to a Rev F. And so now what we're gonna need to do is we are going to have to get the Torx for taking it off, and we'll also have to clamp all of these hoses that come into it. There's 4 of them, so we will get the 3 clamped, take those off, take this out, fold it forward so we can get this bottom hose as well taken off of there. And so that's what we'll do. So let's get to clamping and taking this off. All right, guys, so we've got the brand new four-way valve installed, got everything hooked back up. This is the old valve here. You can see it is an E for Echo, and this new one is a Rev F Foxtrot. So kind of, they've gone through quite a few revs, A, B, C, D, E, and now on to F. So hopefully this one has a little less leakage. If you do have your three-way valve leaking, that is over here. It is this piece. You go through the same process, same hose clamps, everything to get that. So what we're gonna do right now is we are going to fill the reservoir up to max, and then we will run the coolant purge process to get any air out of the lines that we had in the lines here. I'm gonna get some more paper towel, clean some of this up, make sure we don't have any leaks going right there. All right, guys, something that you should know when getting coolant or antifreeze to fill this back up, look for the G48. This was like $11 at O'Reilly's, but you can see BMW, Mercedes, Mini, Tesla, Volvo, G48 is the specification of coolant you want to put in. So again, we're down just above the minimum level, normal, and we'll fill it up to max here and then do the coolant purge. So let's get it filled and then do the coolant purge. Then enter the access code. So sir, this, okay. All right, enter service mode. We are in service mode. So now service mode is loading, and we are going to go to thermal. We are going to go to actions, and then we are going to go to coolant air purge. So this is basically saying, hey, this is going to run for an estimated of 20 minutes, and just be sure that you are okay running for 20 minutes. So we're going to hit run. Run. Hold the right turn signal for 8 seconds. All right, we're gonna run the routine, and this should take about 20 minutes. It's running. Let's get out of the car and see what it's doing. Running the coolant purge. You can hear things moving, and we've already dropped down from max. So definitely get some air out of the system here. You can hear pumps whirring and moving. We'll show you how far it's gonna come down after the whole process is done. All right, once you are done with the coolant purge, you'll get this message, and you can hit close. Then you can, and now you're back in business. All right, guys, valve replacement complete. Coolant has been bled. Let's get all this put back in the car. And that is how you save yourself $900 instead of going to the Tesla dealership and not freaking out that your battery is completely toast. It was only a $75 part and a few hours worth of work. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you've got any questions on the process, please put that down in the comments below. I'll have a link to all the tools we use in the comments below. And also remember G48 for your coolant specification that you need for the vehicle. Thanks so much for watching Detached Garage. I hope to catch you on the next episode.